Hey guys, what's up? My name's Todd, and we're playing a little bit of Call of Duty Black Ops. We're on the map Array, and the last video I had done, we took a look at some of the deaths and mistakes that I had made, and I figured that we would do that again. I really like messing around in the theater mode and getting creative with some of the camera shots and angles that I can do with it. It's also kind of cool to be able to check out things from opponents' perspectives, because you know, they do offer a kill cam when you die, but it's not always like all telling, you know. So I figured I might as well utilize the feature that they gave us, and I really like how these videos are turning out. So while I have the time, I'll go ahead and make some of these. I'm not going to change, you know, my whole like every Call of Duty video into this, but you know, ideally I'll be getting better to the point where I don't have all these deaths to take a look at. But you know, I figure while I am dying, let's turn something positive out of it. This is one of those cases where logic has like some kind of internal war with you know, what should happen. I'm looking at, I see a guy that is facing me and a guy that is closer to me, and I understand the logic, you know, that my brain is trying to you know, outweigh as far as, you know, making a snap decision and shooting the guy that's closest. But obviously, you know, you want to shoot people that are threats, and at that point, you know, I might have been able to pick up 3 kills as opposed to killing one guy and then dying, based solely on the fact that, you know, I was facing those two. I at least then have a chance. I was about to pop out that window, got shot at, and decided to run a flank. Array is an outstanding map on getting flanks and really finding a lot of people who are not paying attention to you, because they do have a really like a central focus on the map by placing roundhouse there and having it such a like, it's really beneficial for the team to hold that area, so people fight over it all the time. What that translates into in my style of gameplay is, you know, if you're running around with a really fast class like this, or if you're even using Ghost and like a silencer, you're going to be able to pull off flanks like these, where people are really focused on trying to get into the roundhouse, and you're just kind of hanging off onto the side, waiting for those red dots to pass you up, and then just coming up on people who aren't really looking around. You know, I look awesome when I'm killing people that aren't paying attention to me, but you know, I make some good decisions here and there, but some of my deaths, you know, might cause some kind of argument with that, as well as I think at one point in this video I tried to throw a stun grenade at a wall, which I promise I was thinking something was good in that, but I just can't think of it now. Gave up on that kill. You know, I think it's really important to pay attention to what gun you're using and what's realistic for you. If you're not going to be able to snipe people with the AK or, you know, some kind of submachine gun, then bail out of that fight. You don't have to fight every person you see. So if I see a guy that's not going to die, I just get out of the fight. So this is kind of one of those funny deaths. You can see in the back, this guy just spawned. You know, he rolls up here, crouches, fires off a shot, and a second later he gets a kill. It was me. The the little blinking thing while full sprint with marathon and lightweight, it just wasn't enough of an indicator to really be able to avoid this death in my eyes. It's one of those things where, you know, when it happens, you're just like, you can't help but laugh at that, because getting upset at something like that is like really silly, but it does happen a lot. You know, if you get a random chucked grenade that's all cooked, and it's a real bummer when you have like a nice streak going and you die to somebody's like haphazard toss. But you know, I mean, I understand why that guy was shooting there. There's a wall there and there's people that usually pass. I just happen to be the dude that passed at the time, and that sucks. But you know, like I said, you know, deaths like that you can't really get too upset about, and the ones that I really get aggravated from are the ones where it's clearly my fault. I made a poor decision on, you know, like when I should have shot those guys that were facing me as opposed to chasing a guy that was closer. And those things will just come with practice when you start training yourself to think that way, as opposed to you know, proximity only as threats. this area that I keep sweeping around is one of their spawns, or one of the places that teams can spawn once they're wiped out. So I keep patrolling that, hoping to catch people. It doesn't always work out, but it's not like a big deal if there's nobody there. This was, I don't know, one of those deaths where I'm stuck in the loadout, changing out a weapon. It's not really a whole lot I could have done. I guess I could have picked up the weapon and hung out in the corner until I swapped weapons. That probably would have been the smarter thing to do, because walking into Roundhouse with a sniper rifle is probably not the best decision. You know, that's just a brain fart, or whatever you want to call it. It's not really thinking things through. And in order to, you know, really perform your best, you need to be cautious at all times, not just when you're by yourself, you know, like that. I felt like I was alone, and I felt like I was okay. Yeah, here, let's stun the wall real quick. I was actually trying to switch out, but it didn't work. But I mean, those decisions are what separates really good players from people who are mediocre or bad, or, you know, even people who could be really good. I think I could be good, but I make decisions like that where I just don't think things through. And if I did, you know, it'd be definitely to my benefit. I could cut out needless deaths, and what that translates directly into is getting really, you know, nice kill streaks. Because, you know, you can see me hitting these 4 kill streaks a lot, 4 or 5. And, you know, when you cut out stupid deaths, you can get, you know, those 11 kill streaks. You can be running dogs and stuff like that. And I do occasionally. It's just when I record, I hate to have my kill streaks getting all the kills. So, host migration time is a nice time to evaluate your current status. And instead of checking my equipment, like my ammo, I went straight for the dot and realized, you know, as soon as I fired that first bullet, oh, not only is this guy ready after the host migration, you know, he's standing behind cover, and I have less than half a magazine, so that was definitely an avoidable death. I was hoping to catch the guy facing the opposite direction in all reality, and I was trying to snake the kill from the guy that was, you know, closer to him. So that's, you know, chalk that up to being greedy. Not really much that I could have done after I'd committed to the kill, but being there to begin with was definitely the wrong decision. That's, you know, not every kill or not every mistake happens at the gunfight. It happens prior to that. This was like, I was totally confused. So we're actually checking his perspective here. I end up stunning him. I could not see him, and I move out of the way. He goes to shoot my claymore, and I happen to have positioned myself behind it. And I think, like, if that guy didn't have hacker, there's no way, you know, he would have shot at that particular place. But I don't know, it's a little unlucky, a little sloppy, kind of like this. When you're about to post up on an area, especially one where you just witnessed a teammate die, check the room, check where people might be or where they might be coming from. Even if you're just going to take a peek, looking out in the room that you're in is going to be a million times better than just running out there and trying to rush things. I die like this a lot, but at the same time I probably get you know, 80% of those kills when I'm in this situation. And I'll keep dying like this because I hold true to the philosophy that if you're in a position where you are aware of an opponent and he's aware of you, you have 2 options. You know, bail out on the fight completely. Like, I could have turned around and jumped out the window. That would have been a good decision. Or take the fight to them. And the reason you do that is people who are posted and waiting, they're at disadvantage because, you know, the aggressor has the option to pre-fire. You know when you have to shoot because you know where they're at. They don't know when you're going to be coming, so it's all reactionary as opposed to, you know, being progressive and you know, and aggressive. So if you're in a position like that, go for it. Don't just sit there, because a lot of the time you're going to get nailed by guys that are either going to, you know, use their tactical grenades or lethals. There's just a number of ways that you can really get a fail on a kill that really should be yours. But in that case, you know, it didn't really turn out for the better for me. I don't know necessarily if I was outplayed or what. I mean, it just seemed like I was maybe a little off. Here's a little example of rerouting. So I stunned that guy while he was facing one direction. There's literally like no way that he can turn fast enough to kill me. Unfortunately, I only got the assist, and about 2 seconds later, I get this kill. You need to train yourself in these little minute things. I don't know how much it helped me here, but you can see me strafe to the right at the very end, and the reason that is, you know, there's cover there. You have to seek cover at all times, but I think what really killed that guy is the view kick, you know, on my very first bullet. The cover might have did something there, but probably fairly irrelevant, to be honest. You know, let me know what you guys think of these. I really like, you know, doing the in-depth analysis on the deaths. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and take it easy.